Hi, this is Robbie with Tickner Photography. A few weeks ago I photographed a wedding, and there was one particular shot that I took that I thought I would explain kind of how I did it. So we waited till after the ceremony, during the reception, after the sun went down, so it's pretty much completely black outside. We're in the middle of a city. I had an idea to take the couple out into the middle of the road and try and do a two-light setup, just a very quick portrait. I only had him for a few minutes, so we had to do this quick and dirty, try and make it work. It was an experiment, and luckily it turned out okay. I had two cameras on me that night. I had the Sony Alpha A7 and I had the Sony Alpha A77. And I decided to take this shot with the A77 specifically because it has a pop-up commander flash, which is hugely important for the type of photography that I do. I use it all the time. And it's one of my kind of pet peeves, little rant, that some of the higher-end cameras decide to leave off a pop-up flash and make you buy something else. That really annoys me. And I use the pop-up flash exclusively as a commander, and I wish the A77 and the 5D Mark III would have that, would follow Nikon's lead, and just like they do with the D800, they have a pop-up commander on there. Oh, hugely important. Anyway, off topic. So we go out into the middle of the road. Luckily, it's pretty much an empty intersection. I'm using my Sony Alpha A77 with my Tamron 70-200 2.8 lens. We're shooting it close to wide open, probably 3.5-ish. I wanted a smidge of depth of field, and I think we're shooting around 800 ISO. So the way I set this particular shot up is I give my smaller speed light to my second shooter. This is a f42am Sony speed light. I can control it remotely. Set it to a wireless mode, and I manually dial back its power to its lowest, 1/32. And I have my second shooter run behind my subjects and off to the side and basically hold the speed light like that, pointed back. So it effectively backlights them. It will give them a rim light. So then I had my bigger flash on me. This is a Guide 58am. I had this in wireless mode also, and I left it in TTL. This allowed me to hold my A77 with the commander flash up. It allows me to hold this flash above my head and fire like that. It's kind of a complicated thing. Luckily, the A7 is an actual SLR, which has a solid grip, so I can do both with one hand. So you effectively kind of go like that, you shoot. The commander flash on the A77 causes this light to fire as my above head key light, causes my second shooter's light to fire to rim light them. And it's really easy. It works like magic, and it creates a pretty awesome picture. This required very little post-processing. That's pretty much how it came out of the camera. So I was really happy with this. And for only having maybe a couple shots to get this right, we had the couple for about 5 minutes at this point in time. It worked pretty cool. So the next time you have access to a couple and you're out shooting at night in a city or even on a country road, give this a shot. It's a really neat effect and relatively easy to do quickly. Ideally, I would use some lighting modifiers to maybe soften up the light a little bit from the back or the side, but for basically a 5-minute portrait in the middle of the road, on location, during a reception, I think this turned out okay. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.